Lake Ohrid is one of the oldest lakes in the world. The water is unbelievably clear, it's surrounded by mountains, and perched above the shoreline are churches that have been here for centuries. It sits between North Macedonia and Albania, yet somehow almost no one we know has ever talked about it. So when we got here, we had no idea what to expect. Today we're walking the old streets, getting out on the water, and finding out that this may be one of Europe's last hidden gems. To catch you up to speed, this is day 3 of our 16-day bus tour across the Balkans, where over the next couple of weeks we'll be cruising through 10 different countries and diving into some of the history, culture, and cuisine of this incredible region of the world. We've just spent the last 2 days exploring Greece, starting in Athens, making our way through the ancient ruins of Delphi, and spending a magical evening in the jaw-dropping Meteora. Today it's on to the second country of this trip, North Macedonia. But first, it's time to say goodbye to this view, and hello to breakfast. One of our favorite parts about this trip is that breakfast is included every day. And if there's one thing we've learned so far, it's that breakfast is always on point. Every day starts pretty early, around 7 a.m. So it's a good thing the coach is mega comfy, which makes for a great place to have a slow wake up. The views out the window in northern Greece are always amazing, but if you're like Ashley, nothing is as interesting as checking Instagram. A few miles into the drive, something special caught our eye. Yep. You guessed it, that is the legendary Mount Olympus.
We are en route to North Macedonia. We're actually in West Macedonia right now, which is still just technically Greece. But we're at a rest stop and there are grapes overhead, which is just like the coolest thing ever. But we've got to get back on our bus. We're getting ready to cross the border and it is a beautiful day. I'm so happy.
Yeah. This is living. This is great. As we approached the border, our tour leader Will gave us the rundown and let us know what to expect. At each border check, he'll grab our passports and handle everything for us, while we get to just hang out on the coach. It's usually a total breeze. Oh, and we can't forget our stickers for our Expat Explore passport. This time we get 3. Keeping the camera steady was just not happening. We can't film at the border, so we'll just see you when we get there. Country number 2 unlocked. We're in North Macedonia now. We're 20 minutes outside of the border at this little town so we can grab some food. And I believe we've been told that pizza is effectively the national dish here. So Ashley's been sent to go get some pizza while I grab something out of our luggage. Oh wow, food actually smells amazing. We're at this little takeout place, like lots of little cool tented shops. Now I just have to find out which one's called Urban Pizza and which one has Ashley at it. The border took a little longer than expected, and the pizza place was gonna take a while, so we got this ridiculous double hot dog burger thing instead. It was massive and unruly, but it was delicious. And then she charged me like an extra euro.
Ate that really fast. Now we've got to get back on the bus to go to Lake Ohrid.
On the way into town, Will gave us a quick history lesson on the historical tension between Greece and North Macedonia, starting with Philip II of Macedon and
his son, Alexander, when he was born in a tiny village called Pella, in what is now Greece. But it is in part of Greece that was Macedonian. So this already causes a trouble.
We love that we get a little bit of history on each of the places we visit, and Will, as well as the other guides, always make it as entertaining as it is educational. And our guide that we're about to meet is no different. When we first walked up to the edge of the shore, we were blown away. It was like walking into a painting. This lake is massive and the water is crystal clear, but we'll get to the lake a little bit later. First, we're gonna take a stroll through the old town of Ohrid. This is Uzmeski. He's knowledgeable, wise, and full of charisma. And lucky for us, we have the pleasure of having him as our guide. It was impossible for me to film the whole tour, and frankly, you should just come for yourself and you'll see what I mean. But I'll do my best to share what we learned while showing you around one of the most picturesque places we have ever been. Ohrid has been a religious and cultural center in the Balkans for centuries. At one point, it was even called the Jerusalem of the Balkans because it supposedly had 365 churches, one for every day of the year. Whether that number was actually ever true or not, walking through the old town, you can definitely see little glimpses of the church's influence. The old town winds up the hillside above the lake, and nearly every street seems to end with a view. We very quickly fell in love with the architecture here. White stone houses with dark wooden balconies lean slightly over the narrow roads, and it all feels so well preserved but lived in. The influences are the perfect blend of Byzantine, Ottoman, and modern, which makes it uniquely Ohrid. Before moving on, Yuzmeski wants to show us another unique aspect of this town.
This is the house of production of pearl. Ohrid has brands: good carving, filigrans, pearls, Ohrid trout fish. And these they produce pearls. They didn't make shell to do it inside. They made it from the fish skin from the stone. Your name? Ashley. Ashley. You have certificate, 100 years validity. And this is what you get as a present from the house of your. Oh, excellent job. This is for you. Happy birthday. So, ladies, man,
It's so pretty. I've never had pearls.
you can have
Yeah, it's beautiful.
coffee, short lunch.
This is the Ancient Theatre of Ohrid. It's kind of wild to think people were gathering here for performances more than 2,000 years ago, and they still use it for events today. But we get to see a special impromptu reenactment.
Choose your gladiator and let them fight.
Ding, ding, ding!
Before pandemic, it was black magic woman in the world.
We've got a little bit more walking to do, and we've been promised that the view from the top will be worth it. I guess we'll see. This is the Church of Saints Clement and Panteleimon, a 9th century site that once helped shape early Slavic literacy right here in Ohrid. We've honestly never seen anything quite like it, and it makes for a wonderful photo op. They even discovered ruins of ancient Christian basilicas beneath the grounds, and it's wild to be standing right in the middle of so much history. As we rounded the corner, we started seeing the blue waters of Lake Ohrid popping through the houses, but Yuzmeski says we haven't seen anything yet.
It is a beautiful view. It is a wow view. Wow. You are together, very loud wow. Will be motivation for this gentleman to say to make louder wow than you. Which one wow is louder? They will be winners, and the rest will be losers. They have to buy beer to the winners today and the dinner.
What the ladies don't know is Yuzmeski is rigging the game in their favor.
It's a group. You are wow. Let me brief. We are going to fight and we are going to lose. We will buy a drink at the dinner. We will buy. And we'll be happy.
Wow, that was
Now
loud.
let me tell you another secret. They are going patient to wait for us. And they, after this vow,
my name or what?
after this vow, they are going to be quiet. And they are like a foxy. They are waiting for our vow. 3, 2, 1. Wow!
Hey, what are you laughing at?
We were really good.
They are losers. They have to buy you a drink.
Hey, what you sorting you on? Hey, let's go. Hey, what are you sorting you on?
The lake looks impressive from the shoreline, but nothing could prepare us for this. We have never seen water quite this color before. We have one last stop to make on the walking tour. This is the Church of St. John at Kaneo, built in the 13th century and perfectly placed right on the edge of the lake. As this is easily the most photographed place in town, we had to get a group photo. Right after our photo shoot, Yuzmeski surprised us with something that is new and has never been done before on this tour. We're about to get on a boat and go on the lake.
On Lake Ohrid.
Yeah. It was a surprise. Instead of walking back into town, we got picked up by a water taxi for a quick but beautiful cruise back to the center of town.
Mike went with the tour guides for a man drink. So I'm just here sitting on this beautiful bench overlooking Lake Ohrid, and it's absolutely stunning. I had heard of this place before, so I was already excited to come here, but I couldn't have pictured or imagined how beautiful it would be in real life, because pictures unfortunately just don't do this place justice. It's gorgeous. We saw a wedding. She was very beautiful. There's a bunch of dogs, families, honeymooners. It's just such a beautiful place, and I feel very fortunate to be here. But I'm just gonna enjoy the scenery for a little bit. We've got about 10 minutes until we meet with our tour guides and Mike again. And I think, I'm not sure yet, because I think it's supposed to be a surprise, but I have a feeling that we're gonna go on a boat. So that should be pretty interesting. It's just around, actually I take that back. I was gonna say it's just around sunset because it's about 6 o'clock, but I forgot that I'm in the Balkans and the sunset's much, much later here, which is still so strange to me because coming from Thailand, it sets at like 6 p.m. it feels like, so. But yeah, this place is gorgeous. If you ever get the chance to come to the Balkans, definitely come to Lake Ohrid. You will not be disappointed. It's one of the coolest places I've ever been. Happy to be here.
Lake Ohrid is one of the oldest lakes in the world, estimated to be over 1 million years old, which is hard to grasp when you're just standing quietly on the shore. It's also one of the deepest in Europe, dropping nearly 1,000 feet in some places. The lake is shared between North Macedonia and Albania, but most of the historic towns and churches sit here on the Macedonian side. It's protected as a UNESCO site, not just for the history built up along its edge, but for what's happening beneath the surface too. More than 200 species here exist nowhere else on Earth. And then there's the water. It is unbelievably clear, especially in the late afternoon when the light is just right. It's this turquoise blue color that almost doesn't feel real.
We just arrived by a boat to our hotel, which feels very fancy. 10 out of 10 recommend, but let's go see what our hotel is like. So we just got to our hotel room and it is very fancy. It is a little bit dated, but look how big that is. That's insane.
There's so much room for activities.
So much room for activities. We're only gonna have like a couple of hours here. We're going to dinner in about 30 minutes and then we're gonna sleep, and we have to wake up early to be back on the bus to go to another new country tomorrow. This is just this like crazy whirlwind, but we're having such a good time. I don't have many tours to compare this to. Actually, I don't have any tours to compare this to, but I will say this is like so far, so far surpassing my expectations. But let me give you a quick room tour real fast, and I will of course show you the best part in just a second. Okay, so we've got a little foot shelf here, cupboard, and then if you come into our massive living room, TV, 2 chairs, our twin-sized beds. I looked in the cupboard, there's extra pillows, which I always love. And then this is the star of the show. Got this ginormous balcony. Let me back up so you can see how
big this thing is. I'm like all the way over here. And then this is our view of Lake Ohrid. Pretty incredible. I still have to pinch myself that this is my life.
I gotta have a beer with our man, the tour guide, and Will, because I guessed a question right.
I know, I told him.
Oh yeah? It
I was
super
so
cool.
jealous. I wasn't allowed because I'm a lady.
No, you weren't allowed because you were a loser.
True story.
This place is awesome. This is Europe's hidden gem. I'm gonna call it right now. This is the hidden gem of the entire trip. 10 out of 10. While we waited for dinner, we were treated to one of the most unreal sunsets over Lake Ohrid in the distance. It was one of those quiet moments that makes you wish you just had a little more time. We definitely didn't get long enough in this little town, but we're really grateful we got to experience it at all. Something tells me this won't be our last time in North Macedonia, so if you've been here, let us know what we should check out when we come back. On the way out, we met up with some of our group in the lobby for a drink before dinner and ended up putting the camera away for a bit, just chatting and swapping stories. We finally made it to dinner, late, which is very on brand for us, and decided to just sit back and enjoy the moment. Tomorrow we're crossing into another new country, and we have a really cool experience lined up that we can't wait to share with you. If you're thinking about doing your own trip through the Balkans, we've genuinely had a great experience with Expat Explore. They've taken really good care of us, and this whole journey has been an absolute blast so far. And if you enjoyed coming along with us today, it really does help to leave a like or a comment below. If you'd like to follow the rest of this Balkan adventure, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you in the next one.